Hello. As you can tell by the title, I want change. And I hope the camera angle's good. I can't really tell. And my phone has overheated 4 different times because I'm outside and it's Arizona, so it's a million degrees. But regardless of that, I do want change. I don't know if there's anyone who regularly watches my channel. I know I get a couple comments here and there. Appreciate y'all, by the way. There's just a couple points I want to address about myself and my future and life in general, where it's social media. Everyone knows that social media is an issue, and usually the people I'm around are smart enough not to blame the phone. They blame themselves. We all know it's not the phone's fault. We doom scroll until 3 a.m. We know it's not the phone's fault that we disassociate at the dinner table instead of talking and communicating with our family or friends. It's always our fault. And I hate how unauthentic social media is and what it creates, trying to get the most clicks, the most likes, to be controversial, to kind of do things to please other people in a way. And if it's not pleasing someone, it's to please the algorithm, to what's being trendy or what you think will, like I said, get the most clicks. And it's hard to be authentic in this day and age because you want to be popular for views and likes and fame. You want to be popular for money. You want to be popular off of your sex appeal and how beautiful or handsome you are. You want to be, it's all these superficial things. And you could look at me as a superficial person. I have tattoos, slightly muscular. I dye my hair, some crazy shit, but it's the intentions I feel are more important than what you're actually doing in social media. Scenery change. My phone overheated again. Back to what I was saying is I want change and I want to help people. It makes me sad when I check on my friends or I check on anyone and I say, how you doing? And they say, oh, I'm good, because everyone says they're good. But when you dig a little deeper, usually they're not. A lot of people take being good with their physical health. If they're not sick or crippled or disabled, something crazy, they're typically good. But I like to take it a step further and be like, how's your mental health? And for a lot of people, they don't get asked that very often. I just recently, like 3 hours ago, asked someone, how you doing? They said, good. I said, how's your mental health? And they go, no one's asked me that in a long time. And it makes me sad, quite frankly, that people that close to me can be struggling, and I wouldn't know because maybe they don't want to open up or they're too afraid or whatever reason. Maybe they're not comfortable. I have a quote, it's on my board. I have a quote that says, feel so openly, it gives others permission to heal. And I wish to be the authentic piece against the grain, the authentic piece against the algorithm, the person that tells you you can be you, the person that helps you become yourself without being persuaded by so many outside narratives. And I wish to do that through my music. My music means a lot to me because, you know, it's who I am, and I make everything. I don't know what you can see, but I make everything from scratch in my room, so it really all does come from me. And I wish to inspire people, inspire them to be themselves, inspire them to be creative, inspire them to be authentic. I mean, even making this video, I'm fairly anxious. I'm picking at my nails beneath the camera because I'm worried about things I don't even understand. But I know music can be helpful. Music has been around for thousands of years, and I assume music has helped you at least once, whether creating it or listening to it, watching it live even, where it can do powerful things. And I hate chasing the algorithm. I hate chasing what's popular, or trying to become an artist. I just want to become myself, and I hope that in being myself, I can make a change for you to complete your goals, a change for you to be comfortable with yourself, a change for you to be able to stand up for what you think is right and not conform to society, not conform to your parents, not conform to your living situation, We've all heard becoming a product of your environment, and you don't have to conform, you can fight. And I have a lot of music in my vault. I don't want this to be a plug, but I do. Most of the stuff on my channel has been instrumental, and it's been pretty disconnected from who I am as a person, even though I love it. I love the music I've put out there just a little bit so far, but it's still been pretty disconnected from my end goal of wanting to inspire people. And I've been experimenting with my voice a lot more, and I will be putting that music out there eventually once all my instrumental stuff is done. But that kind of showed me that what type of impact I want my music to have. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I don't care. I want to be able to help people. I want to have you guys in my comment section asking for help, and I respond to as many as I can. I want to travel to fans specifically and help them. I know how hard life can get, truthfully, and I try to build myself up into a strong person so I can be strong enough to help everyone. And I just hope that maybe something I said resonated, or maybe you believe in me and you actually trust what I'm saying, that I don't want your likes, comments, and subscribes because I want money or fame. I want them because I want you to like me as a person. I want you to resonate with me, and I want you to be comfortable around me digitally, or even around me physically if that time ever does come. There's a lot I could say, and I don't know how often I'll do these, but I do plan to speak to you as much as I can when the thoughts come into my mind, because I want to speak to everyone who's hurting. I want to speak to the ones who need something. I want to speak to the ones who just feel something's wrong but can't find out why. I want to speak to them with my voice. I want to speak to them through my actions. I want to speak to them through my music. I want to speak to you. I want change, and I think it'll take me roughly around 4 years. I have a 4-year plan on my desk, and if it takes longer, I'm willing to make the sacrifices of that, but I'm going to force my way into the algorithm. I'm going to force my way into the music industry, and I'm going to force it. I'm going to show them. I'm going to show everyone that I'm undeniable through hard work, discipline, dedication, and love of the craft and love of myself, that you can't deny me. And I want every single one of you to become undeniable. I love you.